Let's talk about 7 ways to stop pouring money down the drain to supersize and grow your business. Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, and our idiom today is down the drain, usually referred to as pouring money down the drain. Why? Because money is the resource that people seem to be chasing after the most often. Unlike our time, which is not replenishable like our money and our resources actually are, we waste both, right? And so this idiom is from the early 19th century, or the early 1900s rather, and it means, of course, it comes from the act of water going down the drain and it not returning to us, right? When water, or we pour something down the drain, we don't usually see that same water ever again. At least there's no way to prove that we do. It's like when you step into a river, you never step into the same river twice, because the river's always flowing and changing and moving. Same with our resources. So what are some ways that we can make sure we're not wasting our hard-earned resources, either time or money? The ones I'm going to share are a lot to do with our money as far as our resources as an organization goes. And then if I have time, I will talk quickly and very quickly about 9 different areas that are priorities. We set priorities for our business. At least I hope that you do. I know I do. 9 different places where we actually are mixing up our priority setting, and by not setting priorities in these different areas, we're wasting resources and pouring money down the drain. So what are 7 ways that we can stop doing that today? Number 1, start checking prices. Pay attention to what things cost, and now it's inflationary these days, and so we want to especially do some price shopping and price comparisons. I worked for an organization, a giant wholesale bakery that was a privately held organization at the time. They didn't do any budgeting when I joined them, and they didn't do any price shopping. They didn't get any bids on especially big projects. On some they would, like if they were installing a whole new product line or something, they would get bids and price out different things for that, but they didn't even do competitive bidding in that area particularly. So we instituted that and saved the company millions of dollars a year. When in doubt, go without. If you're not sure about an investment or spending money on something, you don't do it until it makes sense, because chances are if you're wishy-washy about it, or you're not 100% convinced that this is what you need to do right now is probably not the right time. Third, look at the cost of things over the course of the year. One of my strategies, and one of the things I love to do in my businesses and businesses that I consult with, is if we're going to buy it for the whole year, if we're going to spend money on it the whole year, a lot of times we can negotiate a discount if we pay it up front or if we pay it in advance. Sometimes just by paying it quarterly, you can save 2 to 10%, and if you can save that and you're going to spend the money anyway, why would you not want to do that? So look at the cost of things you're going to use anyway over a year period, and you either budget for them, but just dividing it by 12 isn't necessarily the best way to expend that. Don't pay late fees, meaning pay things on time, and if there's an opportunity to get a discount by paying it, net 10 or versus you save 2% versus paying it in 30 days, pay it in 10 days, right? We're always looking for ways to save and make money. Involve everyone in saving and finding cost-effective, more efficient, and effective ways of doing everything. It's called continuous improvement. We want everyone in the organization to have a continuous improvement, not only of their job, but of the expenses and the time and energy that they're spending, as well as money or resource allocation. Negative attitude and making sure that we're working with the right people and putting the right resources and the right people in the right roles is another way that we often are pouring money down the drain. How often do we have someone leave our organization, and instead of hiring a replacement, we just stretch other people to fill that role? Doesn't ever really work out particularly well, especially for the person or people that have to fill in and take on so much more responsibility, because it's usually more responsibility without more reward. And then finally, do good record keeping. You have to have good records so that you can check back and see what you're doing, number 1, because sometimes we forget. Number 2, finding areas for improvement. And number 3, because it is helpful in moving forward and making plans for the future. So what are the 9 areas? I'm just going to list these off quickly, and you think about whether they're impacting you or not, that we most commonly waste resources in our organizations. Number one is marketing. No surprise there, because most companies don't even know what their return on investment of their marketing is. Sales, do we know our customer acquisition costs? If we don't, we're probably wasting money in sales. I can't read my writing. Oh, fulfilling orders. And fulfilling orders, do we know which services and which customers are the most profitable for us? Investing in growth, raising money, managing your team, annual budgets and things. Some things are necessary. A lot of things that companies do are not necessary. And it's not just about being necessary. Are they effective, right? Competing, I will contend that any money spent on competition is wasted money, wasted energy, wasted resources, and pouring money down the drain. Better to serve the people that you're here to serve better and focus on what you're doing and your strengths than to try to compete against other people or other businesses. Exiting, just like when we buy real estate, we make our profit when we buy because we have to buy right. The same is true of exiting our business. We need to build our business right. I've seen a lot of businesses, and I only ever hired one business consultant to help me exit a business, and I realized it was the biggest waste of time, energy, money, and resources that I'd ever done. And I never did it again because I learned that we build the structures and the systems and the value in as we're building our business, not as an afterthought. And then finally, focus. If we are not focused on a specific market, specific people that we serve, things that we're great at, then we're probably pouring money down the drain. Love to know your experience with this particular idiom, pouring money down the drain. Share in the comments below. And I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow with another interesting idiom. What does it mean? Where does it come from? And how might you use it to grow and build and supersize your business? Have a great day.